Hi, this is Mike again with my DIY channel. Today we're going to talk about the 6 most important power tools you should have in any garage, any DIY shop, you name it. If you have these 6, you can do over 90% of all the work you'll ever need. I'll mention the price on each, and while I do recommend certain brands, by all means, if you just go out and at least get the one that you like, but these 6 type of tools, I think will have a great, you'll have a great shop. You'll be able to do over 90% of everything you want to be able to do. So the first tool I want to mention is the impact driver. Now you've heard of impact wrenches. Those are more sturdy, designed to take wheel lug nuts off and other heavy duty type bolts. And you also know what a power drill or screwdriver is, battery operated. Well, an impact driver takes the best of both worlds. It is actually powerful enough to take lug nuts off of a wheel, but also you can screw, you can drill holes. Good thing about it is when you're putting in long screws into a fence post or something, you're not going to start stripping the head with a regular driver. This is going to impact it, so it's going to tap at it and it's going to put it in. You can put in 8-inch, 10-inch lag bolts. Doesn't matter. With this, you can do anything. And this is the most important first tool to get. Range about $70, $60 to $70. You can get great deals with a battery and charger and make it to about right at $100. Good thing about Ryobi that I like, but you're free to get whatever you want, is they have over 230 tools that all use the same battery. So this is definitely the first tool you want to get if you don't have one yet. And even if you have a Dremel with small bits, you can even put those in there and use it as for grinding or small intricate work. So definitely get this one first. The next tool would be the 16 gauge nail gun. Again, it's Ryobi, but you feel free if you're into a different battery scheme and different manufacturer. But this is one of those tools, when I first bought it, after about 2 uses, first thing out of my head was, why didn't I buy this sooner? You can do anything with this other than structural work, like doing 2x4s, 2x6s to build a house. That's, a framing gun. But with a 16 gauge, you can build fences, you can build decks, you can put trim on your house, trim on the floorboards, baseboards, whatever you want. You can put in nails anywhere from 3 inches down to an inch and a half. This is definitely one of the best deals. You can get these for about $180, or you can actually buy a kit where it comes with also an 18 gauge nail gun and a battery and charger and everything for right around $300. Definitely the number 2 choice, what you need to have. My number 3 tool that everyone should have is a miter saw. You saw the picture. Again, I like Ryobi, but you're free to get whatever you want. I do recommend corded, not a battery operated one, because you want to have a lot of torque and current. This way you can cut through just about any piece of wood you can imagine. You can get these for under $200, $180 to $200. You can get elaborate ones for $300 and $400. But get a good 10-inch one, maybe a 12-inch, but 10 inch is good. And good thing about this, besides all that wood, you can actually get metal blades to put on there to cut thinner metals like tubing or maybe some plate metal, stuff like that. You wouldn't want to use it for 2-inch thick type metal. There's no water wheel or anything to cool it down, but it can definitely do some metal. But with this, you have this tool, you can do anything else. And again, under $200, a must-have tool. My number 4 tool is an air compressor. Now, from the picture you saw that I have a McGraw 20-gallon, got it from Harbor Freight, on sale. You can get it for right around $200. They have a lot of sales. I like this one because it's oil lubed. You can get oilless, but oil lubed, it's going to be quieter. The parts are going to last decades longer because oilless uses Teflon on the parts. Here it's oil. Some people say, well, I don't want to do an oil change. It only holds 6 ounces of oil. At the most, you change it maybe once a year. But with this air compressor, it's good for your tires. It's good for cleaning the shop. You can start buying air tools to do all sorts of stuff. This type of air compressor, it's not too big. You can wheel it around if necessary. By all means, you definitely need this air compressor. And it's going to go along with a tool that I'm going to mention up here in a second. So again, under $200, I got this at Harbor Freight, but get whatever you like, but a definite must-have tool. All right, next tool on the list is my Titanium Easy Flux 125 amp welder. Again, I like the Titanium. It's great quality, good price. You can get it for about $180 on sale over at Harbor Freight, but you can get others if you want. I like FluxCore versus spending even more money on a MIG and others because FluxCore doesn't use gas, so it's cheaper to operate it. You can take it outside and weld outside. With a MIG, the gas, the wind will blow the gas and it won't work right. This thing will do anything. It's only 120 volts, but it can still weld up to about 1/4 of an inch thick, and that's some pretty thick metal. That's thicker than even most car frames that hold a car together. But if you know how to weld, you can even weld up to 1/2 inch thick. If you got two pieces of metal and you need to put them together, you need a welder. Any metal, even aluminum, if you know how to do it properly with the right materials, maybe a few little modifications, but basically any metal. And there's a lot of times we need to put metal back together. A must-have tool. Again, you take all 6 of these tools, put them together, you've got yourself a shop that can do 90+% of any job, any task you think of. So definitely get this welder. And finally, the number 6 tool is the best arc. It's the BTC 500 DP. It's a plasma cutter. If it's metal, this'll cut it. And it'll cut up way over 1/2 inch thick metal. It doesn't matter if it's steel or aluminum. If it'll conduct electricity, it'll cut it. And combine this with that welder, and you combine this with the air compressor, because you do need an air compressor. That's all you need is air, and this plasma cutter will cut, and it cuts up to the temperature of the surface of the sun, 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It will cut. And it's clean cuts. You don't have to sit there with a grinding wheel and hope you get a straight line. You can cut very straight, very thick metal, stuff that you're not going to be able to do. And then you can use the welder. You can get this on Amazon, usually with coupons on sale, right around $200. So definite must-have. The Best Arc BTC 500 DP. And it's a pilot arc. Great customer service, great price, must-have tool. So those are the 6 tools that I recommend. You got the impact driver, you got the nail gun, you got the miter saw, you got the air compressor, the welder, and the plasma cutter. With these 6 tools, I can't think of anything that you can't do in your shop, your garage, whatever. You'll be able to cut it, drill it, put it together, mold it together. Everything from small trim on baseboards all the way up to building fences, decks, working on your car, cutting out metal. Of course, you'll be buying other tools too, and you don't have to buy all these at once, but if you have these 6 tools, you'll be able to do anything. So I hope you had a great time. Hope this helped out a little bit. Go ahead and subscribe, like the video, check out my other, I actually have a video on the titanium welder and also one on the Best Arc, some modifications, some tips and tricks and stuff. And so we'll see you around.